completely honest, of every time I've ever spoken in my life, I've never been more emotional than right now. The combination, this location, at this bank, in this city, with you people, after being a prisoner in my own country, Justin Trudeau, Canada, for about the last year. To say that it's an honor to be here would be the understatement of the year. Thank you very much. And before I begin, I'd like to also point out for those here today, and for those watching around the world, the wonderful reception I received from the police here. The liaison actually coming up to me and saying that they're here today to preserve our right of free speech, because everybody has the right to say what they need to say.
Yes, for now.
So thank you very much for that as well. And everybody, the police here deserve your love and respect. And they're not wrong. Our words are the strongest weapon we have. The powers that be are more worried about me with this microphone than they are with an AK-47. I'll tell you that. And there's a reason for this. Words have power. Words convey truth. And those truths can not only change people's minds and perspectives, but their actions. You guys need to be deprogrammed a little bit. Because I don't believe anything happens by accident or by coincidence. So the death of your monarchy, the Queen, coinciding with us talking today, was not an accident in my opinion. I think it was a reality check that you all needed to hear. And you're not going to pretty much predict what I'm going to say here, but what I am going to mention is, do you honestly believe that the life of that one monarch was worth more than the millions and millions of people who perished the last couple of years due to government policy? No, it doesn't sit right? Mr. David Icke taught me something very, very, very important. Probably the most important thing I've used in all of my speeches. That the truth hits the heart chakra, and that resonates with people. That's why I've been able to connect and resonate with people of all ethnicities, all religions, all languages, all upbringings all around the world. Because I speak the truth. So if I came up here and said, well, the Queen's life is more important than all the rest of you, it wouldn't sit well with me. Because you know it's wrong. So what are they trying to convey by showing us false importance? That she matters. And by default, that means you don't. And that's what we got to change in England. The first thing we need to do to get you on the path of resistance, on the path of freedom, is to let you know that each and every single one of you matter. Number one, that's my queen. That's your queen. That's your princess. That's your king. Every one of you has a responsibility to your own personal families. You do not need a royal title before you start to matter. You just need to be a human being. Thank you. And now that you hopefully understand that, you can understand the importance of each and every one of us really doing our part. And what can we do? That's what everybody asks. What can we do against such a behemoth? Very simple, ladies and gentlemen. I can't make it much more simple than this. I'm literally wearing the words on me. I haven't been screaming them for 2.5 years. I've been utilizing the most powerful word in the English language. And that word is no. No! It's that simple. You just say no. Watch. Hey, put a mask on. No. Hey, take this experimental gene therapy injection. No. Hey, close down your business because we said so. No. Hey, why don't you let us inject your children? No. Why don't you take a shot every 3 or 4 months? No. See how easy that was? And when we get enough people coming together like we have today, and we get a whole bunch of people united to just say no. We call that united non-compliance. And I broke it, thank you. And I broke that down into 3 phases for the world. And for the last 2.5 years, it's been a very tough journey to try to see the world through those phases. In fact, I've been arrested 20 times. 20 times in the last 45 months. As you know, I was a prisoner in Canada to be able to leave, but we also know the very first place I came when I was able to leave is right here. I've never felt more welcome than anywhere in my life. But the first phase of United Non-Compliance was the global awakening. And that was taken care of by a majority of freedom fighters that chose to speak out, chose to use their words as weapons of light and truth, and spread that light and truth around the world to the point where enough people in enough countries realize that it's not about your health and safety. It's about control. That is United Non-Compliance Phase 1. Getting that through people's heads. And that happened a long time ago, so we're way past that. We're well into Phase 2, taking action. And you see, we've been taking action all around the world. In fact, we're on tour right now all around the world. Hell, I did a rap song and a music video yesterday just to try to get the word out around the world. There's lawsuits. And what's going on? We're seeing resignations like Boris Johnson. We're seeing people in the health department resigning because they know what's coming next. They know they're going to be made examples of. We need to keep the momentum going to get us into Phase 3 of United Non-Compliance. And that's holding these people accountable. And we can talk all day long about who's responsible and why, but the reality is, it's irrelevant. It comes down to you, ladies and gentlemen. Each and every one of you has the choice to comply or not. And the vast majority chose to comply over the last few years. They were told comply, that's how you're going to get through this. Wear the mask for a little while, take the 2 jabs, and everything will go back to normal. And I tried to tell them, United Non-Compliance is the only way. The more you comply, the more you're going to get. 2.5 years later, we're 5 jabs deep. People are getting ready to put the mask back on. We're nowhere closer to freedom, but we're a lot closer to digital ID. We're a lot closer to universal basic income, and we're a lot closer to a technocratic tyranny like nothing we've ever witnessed in our lives. Now, don't fret. We are alive at the most important time in human history, and we all are blessed with that. And we all have choices to make. The number one thing I've heard from people in the last 2 years, I didn't have a choice. I had to do it for work. I had to do it to go see my family. No, you did have a choice. Nobody put a gun to your head and said, take this jab or your next breath is your last. That's when you don't have a choice. Everybody decided to choose the path of least resistance. They decided to go against what they knew was right. They took the easy way out. And I'm allowed to give you shit for that because for the last 2.5 months, I've literally gone to jail dozens of times for repeatedly just doing the right thing. I haven't actually committed any crimes. I'm not a criminal. I'm not a bad person. But I'm somebody that needs to be locked up and thrown away because my ideas, the truth, is too dangerous. And you can't argue with somebody who's telling the truth, can ya? The more you try, the more you get exposed to the liar. So what do? You either lock them up, you kill them, or you make them look crazy so no one will listen to them. Well, it takes about 30 seconds to realize I'm not crazy. And it's pretty hard to lock somebody up for no reason over and over. And I think if they killed me, it'd probably have the worst effect. So I guess they're stuck with me. And a lot of people think this is over. A lot of people got complacent because they got to take the mask off and they got to travel. And I told them it would happen that way. Why? It's we had a little something called the Trucker Convoy in Canada.
Yes.
Now to understand why that was so effective, we have to understand their methods. They started out with coercion. They were the nice guys. They were there to save us from the evil pandemic. We were all going to die, but now they had this wonderful solution, an experimental gene therapy injection they illegally called a vaccine to give themselves no liability. But yes, they said that that would be the solution, and we knew that was not the case. But they lied, they tricked us, and they got people to go along with it. They gave you ice cream cones, Krispy Kreme donuts, lottery tickets. I even saw them giving away a pickup truck for somebody willing to take the jab. And when that didn't get enough people, what happened? They showed their true colors real quick, didn't they? Now all of a sudden, take the jab or you can't travel. Take the jab or you can't work. Take the jab or you can't go to a restaurant. In Justin Trudeau's Canada, it was take the jab or you're a misogynist, racist, and a terrorist. Even you women. And that was the reality. So finally, at that point, the people of Canada said, hey, maybe that Chris Sky guy, although he looks pretty damn crazy, he maybe wasn't that crazy after all. And And the trucker convoy was so successful, Trudeau had to do something that's never been done in Canadian history. He had to invoke the War Measures Act. They renamed it to the Emergency Measures Act, but it sounded a lot better when you're going to war against your own people instead of another country. And they actually froze people's accounts, closed down private companies, arrested hundreds of people, etc., under the guise of protecting freedom. So now he's getting a public emergency order petition. And Canadians are like that. I'm actually testifying in that commission because I was down there. And I can tell you firsthand that that was the most peaceful and loving protest I have ever seen. They were literally sweeping the streets so people could play ice hockey, and they were serving food to the homeless. And I've never seen Ottawa so safe and so clean, and there were over 2 million people there. It was absolutely incredible to see. That was united non-compliance on a grand scale.
Yes.
And it resulted in subsequent movements all around the world. The Netherlands is having their convoys right now bearing Canadian flags and waiting for me to show up on October 2nd because their farmers, their truckers, their ranchers were inspired by us.
Yes.
I was inspired by you guys, I'll be honest. We might be leading the way across the pond, but you guys have been leading the way in Europe, I'll give you that. Even though I've seen the last time I've been here, I've seen that with every major American city taking the government restrictions. Not COVID, by the way. You guys have been resilient, you guys have been standing strong. Hell, I was allowed to come here without a test, a jab, a mask, a vax, etc. So it shows that we have made headway. It shows that when we bear our teeth, we get results. It's that simple. We have the power. But they're trying to change that. The digital identity, the universal basic income, the biometric surveillance state changes all that. It changes each and every one of us from an individual with a little bit of power, and it transforms us into a blip on a screen where they can flick a switch, and easier than getting around the fly, you're done. And that's what we're fighting against. That's why I'm touring around the world to spread awareness, to provide people with the education, the inspiration they need to stand up and do the right thing. That is all it takes for this nightmare to be over. When enough people decide to do the right thing. And every single one of us has the power to inspire. I was at an event last night, United Artists for Freedom. And they had people doing satire, doing comedy, doing performances, doing poetry, sharing life experiences. Every aspect of the spoken word, every type of our weapons, and every single one of them is just as important as everyone else. Because all around the world, I get asked the same question. How do you wake someone up? What wakes them up? That's the $1 billion question. And the answer is Everybody has a different trigger. It's that simple. It might be for you when you got fired from your job for not taking the jab. It might have been for you when your son died of myocarditis from the jab. It might have been for you when you realized the mask did nothing, etc. But that's why every medium, every performance, everybody who uses their voice to speak out in any way is vital. You are the most important people alive. They want you to feel like you are helpless, you are hopeless, you are alone, and that your voice and your art means nothing. And it couldn't be further from the truth. You are the most important people on the face of the earth today. Give yourself a round of applause for leading this fight for humanity. And make no mistake, that's what this is. This is a war, ladies and gentlemen. Psychological. First and foremost, they try to make you feel like you don't matter. Then they try to make you feel like your rights and freedoms that are paramount to our safe society are not only wrong, but they're dangerous. And now they want to switch it to a climate change agenda so they can put these temporary restrictions into your life forever with increasing severity, with increasing control. And they're expecting the vast majority to just sit by and do nothing. Because all evil is good men. Well, I consider myself a good man. And I hope a lot of you consider yourselves good men and fighters. Because I will not stop. I will be relentless until my last breath to fight for freedom. And I believe in my heart that God is on our side. I believe in my heart that we have already won. So I know that as we travel around the world, we are going to have the support of millions and millions and millions of people, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes!
Now that the evil is so desperate, because we have already won. We've already won. We're free. We're here. We're doing our thing. They're going to do everything they can to scare you, everything they can to make you submit. And now their new number one tool, because, people aren't really scared of monkeypox or their fake polio scandal. People aren't really lining up in shot number 72 right now. What are they going to do? They're going to do what every tyrant in human history dating back to when started That's why they're dealing with the Netherlands first. The Netherlands is the number one food exporter in all of Europe. And they want to destroy 30% of their agricultural industry by 2030 to save the planet. Let's get that right. So we're going to starve the people to save the planet. That's the new mantra that they want you to support. Obviously, it's going to be a much harder sell than wear a mask for your grandma. So this is how we are going to unite. This is why I chose this time, despite the fact that I'm doing my talk on this in Canada, to do the tour. Because now we have a way to get that silent majority. All the people that took the jab, that don't want people to know, or took the jab that really didn't want to. All the people that are wearing the mask against their will. All the people that have been too afraid to stand up because they're called conspiracy theorists, anti-vaxxers, anti-maskers, or any other derogatory term designed to stop any debate or questioning. Now, you can join the fight. All you want to do is eat. So think about it. What are they going to say to the people who are mad that their grocery bill that used to be £300 a week, now £700 a week? Oh, you're a vicious, far-right extremist anti-Buddhist? No! There's no way to humanize people. This is a way to reach out to all those people. I'm not talking about the people that are on jab number 4 that are still wearing a mask right now, walking around downtown London. They're far gone. You have to realize there's some people you're never going to win, some people you're never going to beat. I'm talking about those people that confide in you, that they really wish they didn't take the jab. And I can show you how many people that is. How many people around here didn't take the jab and regret it? Raise your hand. Didn't take the jab and regret it. There you go. Now, if I was in an honest circle and asked how many people took the jab and regret it, there'd be a lot of hands. But what does that tell you? Did you make the right choice or did you make the wrong choice? What did you get for taking the jab besides myocarditis, blood clots, paralysis, miscarriage, got to travel a few months before the rest of us. That's what you get when you listen to somebody else. You don't get the result you wanted for yourself, ladies and gentlemen. You get the result they wanted for you. So stop putting people on a pedestal, whether they call themselves royals or not. Really, is the Queen more important to you than your wife, than your daughter?
No.
Did your life drastically change the moment you heard of her passing? Would your life drastically change if your child died? Thank you. So who are you ready to fight for? The Queen? King Charles? Or your own family? Your own country? Your own self-determination? We are at a point in human history where we literally have the ability to change outcome where humanity is going to end up. They want us in an actual nightmare, worse than any novel. 1984 is a joke compared to what they have planned for us. But we have the power to go the completely other way. We have the power to light and love and bring everybody we love through this catastrophe and amplify it and spread it all around the world and convince people to stand up and just say no out of love for their families, for their country, and for their children's future. Every single one of us, no matter which country in the world, no matter if you have a family or not, has a responsibility to lead your country in a situation where the next generation has equal and better opportunities. And I challenge everyone around the globe to hold themselves to that standard. And if we do, and if you stand with me and the rest of the world, it doesn't matter who's telling you to do what. When you just say no, and you do what you want to do, you do what you need to do, you do what we have to do, we won't just be free now, and the next generation to come. We can usher in a golden age of humanity, where monarchies and governments actually serve the people they intend on trying to rule. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. God bless you all. God bless London. I love you all. Thank you.
Give it up for this guy, people. Guys, now you're going to go marching. Alright, I need you to make some noise in the streets. Let's practice one of those chants. They lied. People died. They're guilty of genocide. They lied. People died. They're guilty of genocide. Right, guys, you're going to take this march and you're going to go past the Tower of London. Where they're guilty of treason, it used to be said. Maybe they should open it back up for these folks. Anyway, guys, you're going to go marching now. I want a massive round of applause for all of our speakers and making the effort to come out today. Alright, guys, you need to listen to the sound of the horns and start marching. Everyone go in that direction. Have a great march, guys. Thank you.
Many hands might work. Please come and take a couple of papers up. Hand them out to people. Otherwise, it's going to be less days going to be wasted. Please, guys, just fill out our reads. Papers, leaflets, here to the left. Hand them out to the public. Otherwise, it's going to be less days and we can't carry them.
Hey everyone! So I'm here in London for the London Rally.
Yeah, we've been stood outside the Bank of England for the last, I don't know, hour and a half, 2 hours. It's been only about 2 hours.
3 hours.
This is the other side. Yeah, we've been stood, we've had quite a lot of speakers. I think...
the road, guys, bunch in, ready for the march. It's a brand new route, it's going to be amazing.
Okay.
Those speakers are great.
The turnout is reasonable, I would say. Oh my god. You want to say hello? I'll try and get away from the megaphone because that's I don't know. I can't get away from the megaphone. I've got penned in.
Let's build that crowd. It's going to be a great day today. So to come onto the road, guys, on the pavement, we're going to be starting the march really soon. Right, guys, come onto the road before we start the march. Right, guys, if everybody comes onto the road, guys, before we start the march. Come on, guys. Right, guys, so we're going to be marching. Everybody come into the middle of the road. Please stay behind the banner. And all of the marshals are wearing red. Today is going to be epic, and I hope to hear you guys shouting. Everyone needs to go home with a bad voice today, because that means that you have tried your best. So please, everybody come into the middle.
I like this beat though.
Hey, so we are off. We are marching now. So I should be able to speak without the megaphone. But yeah, so yeah, we've had quite a lot of speeches, which was great. I do like what Chris Sky had to say. I think it was quite an empowering speech. I think it was very important. I think at the moment, especially with the amount of lack, a lot of the stuff that's going on, it's very easy to feel disempowered. It's very easy to forget the difference that we can all make. It doesn't have to be huge, massive actions or demonstrations. It is simply using your voice in your everyday life, speaking your truth, spreading the truth, and raising awareness as to what we're doing here, what's happening, and that there is definitely a ripple effect, you know, for every one person that you reach. If you reach them, if it resonates with them, they will then take that to people that they know. Yeah, I think everybody that's out there using their voices, everyone who's out there with the united non-compliance of saying no, I think it's really, really important. And it will become more important, as I'm sure you're all well aware. There is so much more to come, so many more agendas, not just the climate, but yeah, a lot of things that yeah, we're going to need to be seen, need to be heard. Oh, we've got chanting going on now. Yeah, we've got yeah, a march now. There's a lot of light papers, posters, leaflets, and things. We are staying away from the 25-hour queue and the holding pen, which is the queue for the queue, which is just insane. But yeah, we're staying away from that, not confusing the message, not mixing sort of current events in the UK with what we're here for. I'm sure, that go into that. But I'm very grateful to all the people that are here, and I caught some of the footage from Australia this morning before I came out. Well done to all of you standing strong in Australia. It looked like a great crowd out there. I haven't seen any of the footage from any of the other rallies yet, but to everyone who's rallying today, thank you so much for getting out there, for demonstrating, for standing up. Yeah, you're amazing, and I send you so much love. We are all standing with you in the UK. Wish you all a lovely Saturday, and hope you all have a fabulous stand in the morning. After the rally, we're having a little party, a freedom party in Basingstoke, obviously this weekend. It is the 2-year anniversary of when Brady first made his stand over in Australia. It has, for me, been an incredible opportunity and incredibly empowering, and just a wonderful couple of years being involved in the Stand in the Park. The people I've met, the opportunities I've had, it's been incredible. So I couldn't let the 2-year anniversary of the conception of a Stand in the Park pass without a party. So yeah, we're rallying, we're marching, and then this evening we will be partying, embodying freedom, celebrating the community that we've built in Basingstoke. Raising our vibes. It's going to be a great day. It's going to be a great day. I may well pop on later show you our little party. I know there's a few other freedom parties going on tonight, so to anyone else having a party, enjoy. Happy 2-year anniversary Stand in the Park. Thank you, Brady, and obviously Fifi over here. Big love to Standers everywhere, big love to freedom fighters everywhere. You're all amazing, and I'm proud to stand with you.